Hi, this is CK at CK Education, and today I want to talk about the 4 words that prevent us from making progress. Now, you might say 4 words, just 4 words? Yeah, I found these 4 words are very deceiving. They're very tricky. And when we think about when we repeat these 4 words in our minds, it prevents us from taking the action that we should to reach our goals and to reach new levels of whatever improvement in every area of our lives. And what are these 4 words? These 4 words are, and they are surprisingly simple and common, but we say it all the time. We repeat it all the time in our heads. What are these 4 words? They are, I already know that. I already know that. Or, I already knew that. You can go present tense or past tense, it doesn't matter. But this is what we say to ourselves. So we read something very, very important. What do we say? I already know that. Someone tells us something very important. These are words of wisdom. And what do we think? I already know that. We experience something or we learn something that we should really implement in our lives. And what do we say? I already know that. Now, why does this prevent progress? Because the moment we say that to ourselves, we're content. So we read something from a book, we watch something on YouTube, we hear something from a person, we learn something that is so important, something so important that we should start implementing it today and putting it into practice. But what do we say to ourselves? I already know that. And then we stop and go on and do something else. This is why it prevents progress. If you think, I already know that, okay, but here's the thing. Us already knowing something has nothing whatsoever to do with whether we have made progress in that thing. Okay. So there are many, many examples of this. Okay. So when I used to work as an engineer, as a consultant, I used to go in and teach a management philosophy, okay, called the Toyota way or the Toyota production system, or sometimes it's called the just-in-time system, sometimes it's called Kaizen, sometimes it's called Lean, a lot of different names. But here's the deal. Sometimes when I go into these places, these organizations, and I start talking to them about it, here's what I hear. Oh, we already know that. We already read those books. Okay, but your organization is still doing it not that way. Your organization is still doing it the old way that is not in line with that philosophy that I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about is not, do you know that? When I was an engineer, my point was to them, it's not do you know that? You might indeed know that, but do you know how to implement that? Do you know how to manage your workers, your facility, your organization, your company, your assembly line, your processes according to that philosophy so that you become more productive, you make less mistakes, that you have higher quality goods and services? Do you know how to do that? Well, no, but I read the book. I know that. Okay. You don't know how many times I've heard this. The same thing with parents. When I talk to parents, I say, it's very important that we don't, try to control our kids. We try to support them and love them, make them feel secure, and teach them wisdom. Oh, Mr. Kim, I already know that. I'm not saying you don't. What I'm saying is, not do you know that, are you doing that? Is my question. When I'm teaching students, I'm doing SAT primarily, so I'm teaching them SAT grammar rules and math concepts, and I'm teaching them these things. And some students, when I go over something, they say, oh, I got it. I know that. I said, yeah, knowing that is one thing, but mastering it is another. Implementing it in your mind, in your heart, until it becomes second nature is another. We can watch something on YouTube and think, I know that. You might very well be familiar with that. It may not be new to you, but are you doing it? Are you implementing it? When I talk about debt, when I talk about giving financial advice on my channel, and when I talk about paying off debt and that we should pay off all debt, so many people I talked about and they say, I'm debt free. I said, wow, that's great. You're debt free. So when did you pay off your house? They said, my house? I'm still paying mortgage on my house. I'm debt free except my mortgage. Everybody has a mortgage, right? I say, no. Some people have paid off them. When I talk about debt, I'm talking about debt. Mortgage is a debt. Credit cards are debt. Student loans are debt. Your car loans are debt. All of that's debt. When I say debt free, I mean debt free. I mean not debt free except my mortgage. And people say, oh, yeah, I know that. But they have loads of debt. It's not about knowing something. It's about implementing. It's not about knowing something. It's not being familiar with something. It is about, are you doing it? When I talk about health and fitness, and when I talk about things like that, oh yeah, I know I got to exercise. I'm not talking if you know if you have to. Of course you know, everybody knows we have to exercise. Are you exercising? Is the question, right? And so this is the heart of the matter. So stop saying to yourself, I already know that, and stop. It's okay if you already know that, but don't let or I already know that be the end all. If you end that I already know that, you're not going to get anywhere. I already know that. Okay? That's nothing. I already know that. And so I have to implement. It's not important if you know it or you don't know it. What's important is, what are you doing? Talk is cheap. Anybody can say within seconds, I already know, I already know, I already know. It's very easy to say. But what's hard is every single day, every single week, every single month, doing the things that you got to do to reach your goals, to reach new levels of improvement in whatever area you're talking about. Yeah, I know I should talk to my kids more. I know that. I don't care if you know that or not. Are you doing that? I know it's important to get my finances in order, and I got to manage my money. I understand that. Doesn't matter if you understand that or not. Are you doing that? I know I should take care of my health. I should stop drinking and smoking, and I should be more active. Oh yeah, it's good. Who doesn't understand that? What are you doing? Are you doing that? Okay, so it's about what you do. It's about what I do. I measure things by what people do, action. When I try to make friends, again, it's not just talk. It's about, are they truly loyal in their action, not just in their words? Because anybody can be loyal in words. Hey man, I'm supporting you. I'm with you, man. Really? But when I'm going through tough times, or when I'm going through successes, where were you? When I was going through successes, you were jealous. When I was going through tough time, you weren't there. Where were you? Oh man, I was really busy. Your actions already told me where you were. Your actions already told me you were not a true friend. You see, I'm looking at actions more than words. It's the same thing with my students. Every student I ask, you want to get a high score on the SAT? Yes. Nobody has said no yet. Everybody says yes. But I said, that's fine. I just want you to hear yourself say yes. But what I want to see is every week, what are you doing to do that? The things that I'm teaching you, are you mastering those things? Are you practicing those things? Are you memorizing those things so that they become second nature? Or are you just waiting for our next class doing nothing? Because if you're waiting for our next class doing nothing, you're really not in your action showing anything to match what you just said, which is, I want to get a high score. It's not magic. There's no magic in this life. Okay? It's hard work. It's knowing the right things to do, and it is doing those things every day to reach your goals. So stop saying to yourself and being content with, I already know that. You go to church or you go to wherever, you hear people say, it's important. God has have a good relationship with God. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I should get right with God someday. Okay, you know that. So what? What are you doing? Are you slowing down? Are you being still to really know God, to really experience Him? Okay, I'm not talking about religion. I don't really care about religion of any sort. I'm talking about a true relationship. And so what are you doing every day in all these areas? If it's nothing, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So please don't be content with, I already know that. Think about, this is what I know, and that's fine. I got to start. What do I got to do every day? So ask yourself a different question. What must I do? I already know that. What must I do? The next 4 words. What must I do? What should I do? I don't even like should. What must I do? And then we got to do it every single day. Now, sometimes it's hard to motivate ourselves. Sometimes it's hard to do those things. So find like-minded people. Find people who will encourage you to do the right things. Stop hanging out with people who keep encouraging you to do the wrong things. And then keep saying, oh man, I keep falling back. I don't know. Okay, cut those people off from your life. Find people who will encourage you to do the right things, to encourage you to do the things that you must do. It'll be easier for you to do every day. All right, that's my encouragement to you, and I hope that you take that to heart. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. There are links to other videos on my channel that are related to things like this, so I hope you watch them as well. And thank you so much. And until my next video, I hope you stay well.